We as South Africa are not immune to this silent killer, a silent killer that I believe we are going to defeat, because we're going to have every single South African understanding what cancer is, and most importantly, the fact that you can catch it before it catches you. Molweni, my beautiful South African family. Yes, last time I said Dumelang, today ngiyathetha ngoku. Of course, we have 11 official languages. We're going to be talking about cancer. It is, after all, February, which is the month of cancer. In South Africa, the cancers that we're most concerned about when it comes to women are firstly cervical cancer, followed by breast cancer. Everywhere else within the world, it's the other way around. But we have not yet mastered the access towards ensuring that every single young woman has her pap smear done before she actually has cancer developing within her cervix. So if you think about a building which has various types of bricks that are neatly placed, cancer would equate to having a building where the bricks become uneven or unequal, and of course the wall starts to crumble. Now, the uneven bricks in a human body would be what we call cells, and there are various types of cells, epithelial cells and so forth. And those cells become abnormal, grow in a way that's not uniform, and form a growth. Now, we either need to ensure that you don't have the growth, or we catch the growth while it's still localized in a specific area before it spreads or metastasizes into a different part of the body. When we talk about male cancers, we commonly are concerned about your prostate cancer, which again can be screened using a blood test. We do also do examinations, but we know that those examinations tend to be a no-no, especially for men. Good news, gentlemen, is that you can use a blood test as opposed to the famous finger. Of course, another cancer that commonly does occur is esophageal cancer. And we know that we live in an age now where utilizing other forms of tobacco products has become quite the in thing socially, hubbly bubbly being one of them. But the reality is we are inserting a toxin in our esophagus or our throat, which at a later stage can then form cancer. What is important is, yes, you do have individuals who say, I've smoked all my life and I never had cancer, nothing's happened to me. I've been drinking forever, nothing's happened to me. It's true. However, we are different. Genetics come to play, and also whether or not we have any other underlying conditions. But also you might just have a body that doesn't react well to toxins, and you find yourself having those toxins working faster in your body than somebody else. We need to ensure that you actually don't expose yourselves to those toxins. Screening is essentially looking for a disease before the disease actually starts. So with pap smear, the basic screening form is to have a pap smear that will look for cervical cancer. And with your breast examinations, you have to do them every single month when you're in a bath or in a shower or when you're lying on your bed, just to make sure that you pick up on the potential of breast cancer. And especially if you do have a relative, a grandmother or a mother who's got breast cancer, you might also be a carrier of what we call the breast cancer or the BRCA gene. It is absolutely critical that you examine yourself. And if you're unsure about the nodules, then what is important is to make sure that you go for what we call a mammogram. Gentlemen, as I indicated, especially if you are now over the age of 40, do go for your prostate screening antigen test or your PSA test through your blood test. But prevention is better than cure. Please don't expose yourselves to different types of environments that could lead you towards having the various viruses or toxins that could cause it. Do condomize. It's an additional barrier that could make sure that it saves you from having viruses that could actually result in you having a cancer later on in your life. We now also have vaccines that can protect you from some cancers. HPV vaccine is one that has recently been placed in the South African immunization program, the EPI program, where every girl child who is 12 years and under will have access to the HPV vaccine. Of course, if you are in a government school, you will get access to it for free. If you are in an independent school, then your guardian needs to take you to a clinic to have that vaccine. I know commonly people are worried about another vaccine that could cause another side effect. The reality is there is no other worse side effect than actually having an illness that you could have prevented. Of course, there is still a very minimal chance that you can still get the HPV after you've had the vaccination, but it reduces by almost 90% because there are various strains. Some strains will still seep through that can cause cervical cancer, but the bulk of it would have been prevented. My daughter has been vaccinated and she will take you through her journey and also whether or not she's had any kind of side effects from it. There will be other episodes where we get to show you exactly how to do your own breast examination, so stay tuned for other episodes as well.